Dear old work platform, it's not you, it's us. Actually, it is you. Endless onboarding? Constant IT bottlenecks? We've had enough. We need a platform that just gets us. And to be honest, we've met someone new. They're called Monday.com, and it was love at first onboarding. Their beautiful dashboards, their customizable workflows got us floating on a digital cloud 9. So no hard feelings, but we're moving on. Monday.com, the first work platform you'll love to use.
Oh my God. It's been literally, Robert just said this off the air.
Again.
It's been 8 minutes of me and Robert just talking, but also me dealing with technical stuff. But it's all fixed now. And what a beautiful, gorgeous day it is here. It's going to be a hot one today in California. Traffic on the nines right here on RulaskaThoughts. I eschewed the singing because I wanted to take a sip of my cold brew coffee here. This is Rulaska Thoughts for Season 17, Episode 12, titled The Charisma, Uniqueness, Nerve, and Talent Monologues. I turned the music off. It's disturbing me. My name's Joe Batanz, and I'm here with my podcast boyfriend. We were talking about his real-life boyfriend, who we found out hates magic. Am I allowed to say
Hold
this?
it. He is not my boyfriend yet.
Well, especially now that we learned he hates magic. And made, you know what? You know what? I just realized it's doomed to work or not work, because I just realized he just did a very Robert thing and made this very, broad statement that everyone knows comedians don't like magicians.
Duh.
So there must be a lot of brawls at the Hermosa Beach Comedy and Magic Club.
I would like to see it. Absolutely.
Yeah. Just constant brawls there.
People throwing script pages at each other.
So I didn't know this. So the man that you're seeing, he's a stand-up comedian?
He did stand up briefly. He's a writer, a comedy writer, sitcom writer. And
is he in a room right now? Is he on staff?
He's not in a room right now. He's interviewing for a development exec position. So we're waiting to see how that turns out. Mm-hmm. But I had posited taking him on a date to the Magic Castle because it is a somewhat rare experience in Los Angeles.
But you would think, as you're a semi-veteran guest, that you could also pitch. You don't need to see magic when you're there.
I did, but he's like me and quite bullish about his thinking. So I'm like, all right, well, we can go do something better. Like, we went to go see Time Cop 1983 last weekend, and then they brought out my favorite band, The Midnight, while we're just listening to synthwave ambient shit. Oh, it was so good.
And here's the thing, too. Here's the thing, too. Is maybe you'll have to soft launch him with the Afterthought hosts at some point, and we're just going to be, they're all going to the Magic Castle, and then he's there, and then you can then use it later, because then he'll be like, oh, I love this place.
Sounds like a hard launch.
Oh, you think that'd be a hard launch?
I think bringing someone around, coworkers is not the word to use here, but bringing someone around I do an extracurricular with feels like a hard launch to me.
Yeah, almost like if you're on a kickball team.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Robert Mata, how are you? How the hell are you doing? What is going on? What's the tea? What have we missed in the past week?
Oh my God, I'm actually doing so great. I'm so happy. Life is just resplendent, to speak in Dr. Schaefer Gray terms. It really is a real scorcher out there today. I'm thrilled. And I have like 6 pounds of Korean barbecue in my belly right now after a baseball game. I'm such a little happy little gay boy right now. I guess I'm not a little gay boy. I'm an old gay guy, but whatever.
Yeah.
And things are great.
Before we do anything here, I want to talk to some people here, the people who listen. There is such great content over at this Patreon. I know I'm always going to be doing the plugs. And I know I did a bunch of plugs on the regular show, but let me do this here. One of the things I forgot to really talk about, I don't even know if you knew about this, Robert, is if you look up Afterthought Media Backstage Pass on Spotify, you can listen to, any show if you're a Patreon, but also any free show. There's basically a feed of our shows. You can't listen to the tiered stuff unless you belong to Patreon, but all the free shit, you can listen to all the stuff you want over there at Afterthought Media Backstage Pass over on Spotify. Like I said, too, if you follow us on the Patreon app, tons. I mean, it's hours and hours and hours of free content with more hours and hours of free content launching every week. And it's free, completely free. You just got to follow us over at patreon.com/afterthoughtmedia, or you do it on the app. The one thing I will say, do not sign up on the app. I'm trying to save you money because it's going to cost you more because you have to pay the Apple surcharge or whatever. So sign up on the website, but you can listen through the app. I think we'll leave it at that. Also on the T, if you guys listen to the T, and Robert doesn't even know this yet, we're going to record the next episode of the T tomorrow. Patreon
The wedding edition?
The wedding edition. Patreon supporters get it this week. Public feed people get it the following week. I will say this week's exclusive tier Patreon content is going to be muy spicy. Robert, I'll tell you more details off the air, but there was a wedding hookup, and it wasn't Lori elbow deep in Star. Oh,
I love drama.
And it's a very funny, very good, very just like great story that's going to be on. And so if you're a Patreon supporter or if you're a public feed supporter, you're not going to want to miss this episode's exclusive tier content for the T. All right.
I'm pre-gagged.
So why don't we do this? Why don't we take a break right here? We're going to talk about the episode. I have a very deep... I'm going to put the thoughts in Rulaska Thoughts today because I want to get Robert's take on something. But I think the first thing we will do after the break, Robert and I, as promised, even though I could tell it broke little Nathan's heart, we're going to read the bios we wrote for each other. All right, we'll do that right after the break. We'll be back right after this.
From ADT comes Trusted Neighbor, the new standard in home access. Through the ADT Plus app, easily grant and automate event-based or scheduled access for neighbors, friends, and helpers. Notify trusted individuals of events like alarms or packages, and set access windows for planned guests or even the dog walker without interrupting your day. Visit ADT.com. When every second counts, count on ADT. Requires ADT Complete Pro monitoring plan and compatible devices. Copyright 2025 ADT LLC. All rights reserved.
Sergeant and Mr. Smith, you're gonna love this house.
Bunk beds in a closet?
There's no field manual for finding the right home. But when you do, USAA Homeowners Insurance can help protect it the right way. Restrictions apply.
At Patron, we craft our tequila using high-quality natural ingredients without additives. No sweeteners, no extracts, no secrets. In fact, Patron's secret ingredient is that we have no secret ingredients. Just 100% additive-free tequila, made with 100% Weber Blue Agave, water, and thyme. Patron, 100% additive-free tequila. Visit patrontequila.com to learn more. The perfect way to enjoy Patron is responsibly. Copyright 2025, imported by Patron Spirits Company, Coral Gables, Florida. Tequila 40% ABV.
And we are back. On the episode for the mini challenge, a mini challenge that I really liked. I hope they bring it back because it was a very hand-holdy, clever way to get the girls to do somewhat of a reading challenge or the puppet show challenge or something like that, where they could have fun poking fun at their friends, but they don't have to be super original. So I thought it was really, really good. What did you think of it, Robert?
Yeah, I liked it. I think Drag Race will pretend they're being clever by doing Mad Libs prompts for a lot of the runway categories, like during balls and such, and they're always so cloyingly awful that I'm like, but this was fun. I also appreciate it being explicit that yes, we're doing Mad Libs.
So I asked you over the weekend to basically we were going to do this challenge ourselves. Do you want to go first? Do you want to read your bio first, or do you want me to read my bio first?
Let's save you for last. So I'll read mine first.
Okay, so I'm going to send it to you right now. So Robert has never seen this. He's going to
I
read
haven't.
this
I'm a little
live
nervous.
on the air. You're nervous?
Oh, I think excited maybe is a better term.
I know. And stupid Nathan was like, you're just going to say this, this, and this.
So excited. Okay. I am Robert Mata. My ultimate dream is to move to Mexico and introduce the country to tacos. I draw my inspiration from elder gays and a thesaurus, blending their styles with a touch of Pokemon to create phocanalinipsification. I got that. I'm about to launch my own brand of canned cocktails called Pretentious because if you stay Stanford, you ain't got to get Stanford.
Oh, wow. Nice to meet you,
You could have
Robert.
you could have gone in harder, Josito.
I know, but then here's the deal, guys. You don't understand this. Then it depends on what day I catch this Robert Mata.
That should have been in this.
Yeah, I know, because then I'll
My
get the
mercurial
fucking,
nature.
like, I do this podcast because, I enjoy doing it. But if you're going to set up a world where all you just pick on me and then it's not going to be fun for me, then I'm not going to do it anymore. Yada, yada, yada.
I did that one time.
And I can't remember
But yes,
what
dear
was it
listener,
about again?
that did happen. I think it was because you were trying to say that all of my Instagram stories were thirst traps, and yet I didn't show a single tit. So
what does it tell you?
that you just hate to see a pretty boy win.
All right. I was going to talk about that too, but I didn't have enough libs.
Well, I will
Robert,
say,
if I would have gone too hard, Robert would have put the mad in Mad Libs.
in true Robert fashion, mine's kind of long, and I was having
That's
the
fine.
most Alyssa Edwards season 5 roast about it. I was really rubbing these hands together. I'm gonna text it to you. Ready, girl?
All right, I'm ready. I'm not even looking, and I will, unlike Robert, I will read this. Oh my God, it is long. All right, here we go. I am Josito Betance, which I pronounce to... Oh, never mind. I didn't even peek. My name is Josito Betance, which I pronounce to rhyme with dance to sound more white-passing. I draw my inspiration from Ted Cruz, an enraged Martin Sheen in a random Malibu parking lot, and a staggering collection of dusty Desi Arnaz era VHS tapes, blending their style with a touch of AI slop to create any closet Disney adult's ultimate dream. I'm about to launch my own brand of canned cocktails called Twink Chaser because everyone loves hearing that joke every single week. And if you stay gravity defying 3 or 4 or 4 size man boobs, you ain't got to get gravity defying 3 or 4 size man boobs. That's very good, actually, Robert. You should be a writer or date one.
Well, luckily I do both of those things.
And by the way, those are Desi Arnaz era DVDs.
Oh, she upscaled?
I did buy, because I really did like it a long time ago, a greatest hits of Desi Arnaz like audio collection. Can you use a musician?
Who the fuck is shocked, girl?
Yeah, you guys would be really shocked. I honestly can't fight with any of this.
Well, no.
Yeah, I really can't. I can't fight with any of this.
I thought you might take umbrage at the closet Disney adult, but I'll let that marinate in your mind for the next week.
I didn't take umbrage at that. Why would I take umbrage at that? Because I know what I am, Robert. I know that.
Oh, she's confident.
Yeah, I know that I'm not one of those Disney adults. Which is funny because a lot of what you wrote in here will come in my big rant today, in my Martin Sheen in a Malibu parking lot rant.
Mm-hmm. Disney adults be like Disney adults be like, but they be the Disney adults that be like.
Yeah, exactly. But Robert Mata, because the people are here to listen to us talk about the episode. I think I've already said, I didn't even say much. I think what I've said, what I've had to say about the episode, but I wanted to hear your thoughts.
I would love to meet a true enjoyer / connoisseur of interpretive dance. Like you guys said on the recap, I don't know a soul who maybe they're closet interpretive dance stands, but I've never seen it done well. I've never seen it done passionately. I've never seen it done anything except in mocking fashion. So I'm just really confused about its persistence in our culture.
They always have to do this thing. I'll just do it in my chair because it would just be too much of an effort to do this. But they always do this move.
Gravity defying?
Yeah, it's gravity defying for sure. Where they always have to do a thing where they go like hands forward and then they go back.
Yes.
That is like That is like the standard move in interpretive
It's like
dance.
Mac from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia doing an interpretive dance to accept the fact that he's actually a muscle gay.
Oh, yeah. I've never seen that show, but I do know about that running joke. Is that
It's
actor gay,
ridiculous.
though, or no?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure no, actually.
Because then you'd be dating him by now.
No.
Isn't that your type?
I don't really care for it. I don't like his teeth.
Oh, all right. So yes, interpretive dance. I'm telling you guys, I've never seen it that I've liked it.
It's just so corny.
Which is weird, because then you know what I will say is every gay should really go see Matthew Bourne's what the fuck is the name of that the one with the Swan Lake.
Oh, Swan Lake. I was going to say that as a joke, but I guess it was the truth.
No, it was Swan Lake. Matthew Bourne's his choreographer. He did an all-male version of Swan Lake, and John Paul took me to go see it with what was it, Amundsen? Sounds right. Oh my God. It was fucking amazing. And that's when you go like, oh, when ballet is done right and it speaks to you and your people, and he totally reinterprets. It's basically the music of Swan Lake to a whole new ballet that he's composed with the more famous parts, you know?
Yeah.
And it's about being gay and, you know, gays, you know, and you're like, oh, and it's hot guys doing ballet. It's amazing. And you should go, everyone
being a gay,
should go see it.
I'll probably
You know,
spend more time looking at their thighs and the tight pants that they wear.
And you know what? I think Matthew Bourne's Swan Lake would be okay with that.
Well, I hope
That's
it
what it's
does
all
something
about.
with the format. Yeah. Anyway.
Anything else?
A couple things, small observations. You ain't got to get Stanford if you stay Stanford or whatever. Suzanne does her, I'm so smart, funny thing, whatever, cool party.
Sure.
And then she gives her very earnest little speech and she says ambidextrous. And I'm like, ooh,
Yeah.
got you, girl. Got you.
Yeah.
For those who are unaware, it is pronounced ambidextrous. There is no
Yes.
extra I. Consult Willem.
So here, why consult Willem? What does that mean?
That was his Instagram handle for a long time, I think.
Oh.
Maybe Twitter. No extra I.
Oh, I see. So it reminds me, I think you and I have talked about this, and this is a good chance to bring it up again. I don't know what Susie's educational background is, but years and years and years ago, Conan, not Harvard, gave the commencement speech at Harvard. Mm-hmm. And, he went what was viral at the time, in the late 90s, early 2000s. But in it, in a joking manner, but I think he was right. It was a really insightful joke where he said, one of the things was now because they went to Harvard, you could never make any mistake ever again. Because anytime you do, they'd be like, your stupid friend would be like, oh, you went to Harvard? If you tripped and fell.
Don't I know it?
Yeah. And so in a corollary here to this, don't, sell yourself as the cerebral queen, and you can't mispronounce a word, mama. That's it.
I just found it funny in context.
No, I'm talking about Suzanne.
Oh, yeah. No, we're talking about Suze.
Especially if you're saying things in the thing of, oh, and you misspelled, what was the word that Jules misspelled?
Winner?
Huh?
Oh, Jules, cerebral. She probably spelled it with an S.
She was
let's be
no,
real.
not spelling cerebral correctly. Okay, well, you said ambidextrous.
Yeah. What are you going to
Jules
do?
got a message from Susie later, and it was like, I'm only doing Drag Race to have fun, and if it's no longer fun anymore, I'm not going to do it. And Jules had to apologize and everything. The whole thing.
On a related silliness from the Queens, I feel kind of bad for Lana because this is the second or third time in an episode in the workroom when she... Okay, yeah. I have a follow-up point to this as well. But she'll be like, in elementary school, I was known for all of my sick freestyle raps. And then everyone's like, go, girl, give us a bar. And she's like, yeah, this is it. And everyone's like, what? And then in this episode, they're like, she used to do gospel interpretive dance or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then she does like the most ambient-inducing float. I'm like, girl... It's why I stopped watching Untucked, because she would grab the camera and do those little vlogs, essentially ensuring that I'm absolutely never following her on Instagram for those sad little Instagram lives. Because God, she can't muster up the energy to do anything correctly.
Yeah, can you imagine her as a clown? Like, imagine you hire her to go to your kid's birthday party, and she's just sitting there on the
I would
phone.
fall into fits of laughter because it'd just be so silly an experience.
Like, yeah, you're like, oh, look, the clown's here. She's just sitting in the corner on Instagram going like, what? You know?
Okay, so on that general list of things, I have, throughout the season, started to come to like Sam Starr at least a bit. You know, I don't detest her anymore. But the real fact of the matter is that Homegirl has proven that you too can be a little gay and, you know, be someone who peaked in high school. I'm like, we get it. Give it up, Delicious. I don't want to hear another fucking high school anecdote from Samuel Starr.
Do you think it's perhaps because, hear me out here, I wonder how much this comes up in her real life. Because I've often found that with white privileged gays, and I know she said she was poor, but I'm just saying she, you know, has, you know, she's, okay, I had to preface this. I don't know. I'll even say, I don't even know why. I don't understand how my own attraction works. For some reason, even though she checks all the boxes, I do not find anything sexually attractive about Sam Starr. I can't tell you why. I don't know. Okay. That said, I recognize that, you know, to people who like twinks, she would be very attractive to them. And I often find with those people who would be conventionally attractive to whatever likes their type, they often, especially white, in fact, only white ones, they try and muster up some sort of adversity or underdog card that doesn't exist. And because probably since she left high school now, she's been nestled in the bosom of the popular gays. That's the last time she had any sort of adversity or prejudice felt against her was when she didn't win homecoming. Well, she never even said she won or not. That she ran. She didn't. And then she
no, she didn't mention it. She didn't mention it.
Oh yeah, is that she ran for this thing and someone wrote something on the poster. If I would see, this is the difference between me and her. I would have written "fag" on my poster.
That's it. That's fun.
Yeah, but
in what silly little 1950s high school are they running for homecoming? Obviously, everyone has their own high school experiences and stuff, but if you ran intentionally for homecoming in mine, it would have been like, oh, God.
That's a really good point, because at my high school, they just pass up ballots when you wrote it down. It was all write-in.
That's how we did it.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. Like, who's running? I didn't even think about that. Who runs? I've never even heard of that.
I have heard of it, but it's in those places where, like, really high school is everything. You know, like you know how Texas treats like high school football?
Yes.
It's kind of like those worlds.
Yeah. I think you're right. She is from the South.
God bless them.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Any other thoughts on the episode?
I was kind of sad that, no. Thank you for Dr. Schaefer Gray's vagina monologue. I appreciated it. That bit about Valencia and it switching to Spain had me in stitches. I loved it. My favorite part of this episode comes from the recap. Yeah.
So, look, here's the thing I've been thinking about, and I'm afraid to ask her. Because in my head, I don't imagine Dr. Schaefer Gray watching the show and being savvy enough to then write a sort of parody monologue on Laganja's season 6 comedy act.
Oh, no, it was her nieces.
Oh, you think? Oh, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even think about it. She has some sort of like cool niece.
Mm-hmm. Keeps her in the loop.
Like the one with the. It wasn't her niece. It was like a friend of hers. But have you ever had a Krispy Kreme? Have you had a Krispy Kreme?
I love her.
Yeah.
Was it crispy?
But she's told the story about how that happened with like a young friend of hers. Said you would be really good on TikTok, and then just caught this candid moment and put it on. So I think you're right. I think it's something like this. Maybe that's exactly what it is. I think you're right. All right. Well, that's going to do it for this week's episode of Rulaska Thoughts. I know we went a little short this week, but honestly, there's not really much to talk about the episode. It looks like next week is going to be the makeover challenge, so I'm sure Robert and I will have a lot to say there. But why don't we call it a day there? A little bit of a shorter episode, but we'll catch you guys next week on the other side with a brand new episode of RuPaul's Drag Race. Oh no, this is called Rulaska Thoughts with Rulaska Thoughts. We'll see you guys next time.